this is in response to the question, how did China's economy grow in a year when everybody else's didn't? Well, one of the key things that China did that the rest of the world didn't do as well was to lock down hard and to lock down quickly. You'll remember the severe lockdown that China implemented in the wake of the early stages of infections of the coronavirus. We saw entire parts of the country shut down, factories came to a grinding halt, and when economic activity in China stopped, it really stopped. And that's why we saw that historic contraction in the first quarter of 2020 of 6.8% for the Chinese economy. But what that lockdown allowed China to do was to give officials time to control the virus, to implement a strategy of contact tracing, testing, and quarantining people who they believed were at risk of infection or infecting others, I should say. And that then allowed the Chinese economy to stage somewhat of a recovery at a time when other parts of the world were going into their own lockdowns because of the virus. And so that helped with demand for Chinese goods because people still needed things like masks and PPE, and Chinese factories had started to produce those things again. So that allowed Chinese exports to be boosted at a time when the rest of the world wasn't able to manufacture anything. Government stimulus also helped, and government investment also helped. Now, all of that contributed to the fact that China is likely to be the only major economy to have seen positive growth in 2020, the pandemic year. But that doesn't mean that it's out of the woods just yet. Officials in China are very concerned about a fresh outbreak of coronavirus cases, and that's something they're trying to control right now. They've also got to contend with a new administration in the White House to see whether or not the trade spat between the US and China will continue. And analysts say it's unlikely that a Biden administration will be softer on China than President Trump was.